Reddit continues to be on the rise, especially for SEO and marketers looking to really level up in terms of their visibility and content engagement. If your audience or industry or topic is being talked about at all on Reddit, there are so many powerful, actionable insights that can be gleaned from that data. But extracting that data out of Reddit isn't always that straightforward, right? I ran a free lightning lesson, a webinar on introducing users to the Reddit API, where I walk you through a collab notebook and how to use these different libraries and your API key to pull different text data out of Reddit and then some version of natural language processing on that text to get some insights. So highly, highly recommend you check that out. If you're not interested in getting too technical and just kind of want a tool to do that for you, one launches today. So great news. It's called the Reddit Intelligence Tool by WordCrafter. The legendary Federico Pasquale is at it again, and I'm just so excited. It's basically allowing you to create your own custom Reddit intelligence dashboard. And so what you can do is you can add start and end dates. If you're looking for a particular time frame, you can filter by categories. So here I want to filter by AI and SEO. And I want to explore, let's see, all content within these subreddits. These are the tools I want to analyze. This looks good. So we're just going to update the dashboard. And it's only pulling the conversations that have AI and SEO included. So we have all of this data, and it's identified some trends. Google's AI overviews are changing search behavior. Exactly. AI is becoming an indispensable tool for SEO professionals, not a replacement. That's very true. And we can do deeper dives on these as well, where we can basically talk to our own version of a ChatGPT or a Claude and query against all of this data that was collected from Reddit, which is really powerful, and I'll show you why that is too. So topics found, we have AI and SEO, right? That's what I wanted to filter for. There's also some crossover categories that show up here too. And we can start to see trending and falling over time and what that looks like over time. So, we just saw AI and SEO spike at the end of May, probably due to I/O and the AI overviews, right? Lots of conversations there. But interesting to note, where some of these hiccups in time are happening. We've got tool breakdown. SEMrush is the most mentioned right now, but we can also look at this trending and falling. SparkToro is on the rise. Love to see it. Tools over time as well, which is pretty cool. So these are the mentions over time on Reddit. And then this is one of my favorites, but the sentiment snapshot. So we can look at sentiment by topic. So, how positive or negatively are SEOs talking about these particular topics. Algorithm updates. Oh God, it's so true. I have the highest negative, right? We're a little frustrated when algorithm updates don't support traffic and our goals that we've worked hard on. Design, very interesting. Sentiment over time, we can see if any is, going up. We saw a rise in all of them actually in June. And then we go down to keyword analysis. We can see the most common keywords used. We can view that in a table. We can do some cool keyword research exploration with some of that data. Top shared links. This has been really interesting, actually. I've found some interesting sites and tools that were not on my radar. We have top authors. Darren Shaw. No way. Let's check and see if it's really Darren. It's gotta be. There he is. White Spark. Go, Darren. Okay, back to business. Top Reddit threads, right? So here are the most upvoted Reddit threads on AI and SEO. I made an awesome ChatGPT for prompt for internal linking. Interesting. I'd like to check that out. I'm going to open that up for later. There it's right here now. Huh. Oh no. See, it doesn't know how to crawl all pages. Oh, what are we doing? Is it crawling all pages? What's going on? Okay. I'm getting distracted. This is already too long. I'm sorry. Top Reddit comments. And then one of my favorite things is this assistant. So I can say something like, what are the most frequent questions about AI? So in terms of, I organize and run different workshops and courses for marketers to really upskill in the world of AI. I like to try to stay on top of what are the concerns, what are the primary questions. Will AI replace SEO? It's a huge and reoccurring question. How will Google AI overviews affect traffic and clicks? How do AI search engines work? How can content rank in them? Is Google penalizing AI generated content? These are great questions that I could either create content on or make sure that I'm addressing with my students. We could also do something like, what are some lesser known positively talked about AI tools for SEOs? Let's see what it says. We need hold music. It sounds like you're looking for some AI tools. Yes. Screaming Frog. LinkDR, Backlinker, Dolly. What is Falcon Rank? I have not heard about that. SEMrush AI Toolkit. RL. Very interesting. I also have my own AI dashboard that is specifically on AI education within Reddit. And this is publicly available. You could play around with my dashboard if you'd like. Let me just show you a little bit what I have here. So instead of looking at just those SEO subreddits, I wanted to query against the top AI subreddits that these are the most common subreddits that talk about AI courses and AI education, which I care a lot about. So I'm just going to filter by that, update my dashboard, wait for it to load. So again, this is my custom dashboard that I have had customized to these categories that I care about: AI tools, AI use cases, career and skills development, common questions, safety and ethics, courses, tools that I would like to keep an eye on. And again, those subreddits that I've done research on. So we have all this great data, top trends, Again, we can kind of dive deeper into that if we'd like. We've got topic analysis, lots of presentations on AI capabilities and limitations, also a lot about career and skills growth, which makes sense. Trending and falling topics over time. AI capabilities and limitations are a huge topic of conversation right now. This is really interesting. I think we're kind of coming up on that bubble of why aren't these models performing the way that we thought they would. We've got tools here. ChatGPT is still overwhelmingly number one. Cohere appears to be falling a bit. Claude Code is going up. We can look at this over time. Sentiment, I love this one. So we're looking at sentiment by tool. So based on tools, Replicate has a pretty high number of negative sentiment. OpenAI is a little bit up there too. But Lovable has the most positive mentions next to 11 Labs and Cohere. Let's look at it by topic. So this is really interesting. AI learning resources has quite a low negative, which is good to see. AI safety and ethics has pretty high negative. This could just be because it's talking about safety and risk and ethics, and it sounds a bit negative. I'm not sure. I'll have to dig into that. These are common keywords. Again, we can look at this by table. We can look at it by frequency, and just play around with that a little bit to get a feel of, what's the language that people within these subreddits are using? How can we craft something that's engaging for this audience? Top shared links. I looked at this the other night. Very interesting. Do not buy into that. Top authors, top Reddit threads, top comments. And then again, we can query against this data. So maybe I'm doing research for my course and I want to know what are the most mentioned AI courses, so I can do some research on competitive offerings. And again, this chatbot is using an LLM to query against all of the data we pulled from Reddit. So that's why it's not instant. It's basically like your own mini RAG model for the data you select from Reddit. So we have Andrew Ng's courses. I knew that was going to come up first. Deep learning, Google's free ML courses, Hugging Face, the MOOC courses, some popular books, NVIDIA, and then key insights that professionals are talking about. So that's super helpful, and I can look into these now. I think I lost my video. Here you are. Hope this is helpful. If you want to just play around, I'll share the link to my AI dashboard, but this one's also the SEO one's publicly available. And yeah, hope you have fun exploring.